say?
I said, hi, I'm the cute one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to start the video.
We'll start the video.
I'm not seeing you live yet.
Are you on Mara's page or?
I'm on your page, but it hasn't even popped up yet.
No, well then go to Spiritual Neighborhood.
Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody.
Hi, it popped up on the Spiritual Neighborhood.
Ah, there you are.
Are you on Spiritual Neighborhood? Is that what you said? Spiritual Neighborhood? You're on Spiritual Neighborhood? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I can't get the tablet to work, so we're screwed. We're just on the one page today.
Okay.
Yeah. But it'll go on the YouTube channel. What are we talking about today? Wait a minute. I need my cool glasses. I'm hip. I'm cool. I'm groovy.
I'm atrocious. This is horrible. I cannot believe I actually have this thing on. In honor of my mom. Let's just say it's in honor of my mom.
I think it's adorable.
Well,
I do. I think it's adorable.
well, I appreciate it.
So if anybody has a question, please comment on our live feed and we'll get to you.
Deborah has got a spring in her chair.
Okay, so we have a question. Let's see what it is.
Okay.
Oh, no, we don't. I thought it was. It popped. It.
The question, what's wrong with this?
I don't see that is an issue. I don't see that as a problem.
So before we get started, let me fill my cup of coffee.
We don't need to hold your hand.
I gotta have hot coffee.
Okay, so Gail has a ritual with her coffee. Go ahead.
Yep. So I pour my cup, and I like this Mr. Coffee Maker because it keeps it hot for a couple hours, and I don't have to worry about it getting cold because I can't drink cold coffee unless I deliberately want it, and then it's iced coffee. And then I put a whole heaping spoon of creamer. And then for those of you that have issues with their pancreas and can't eat refined sugar, we've got the coconut sugar. Wow.
So why don't you just use real cream?
Because it cools off the coffee.
Well, why don't you heat it up a little bit?
She didn't want to. She didn't want cold coffee.
Just heat it up a little bit.
You know, I have this weird thing about microwaves heating up my stuff. I don't know.
Heat it up on the stove then.
Yeah, you're right. I could take the dirty pan, but this way I don't have to. Is that called lazy?
Gail, just do what you do. It's
Anyway, now I got my hot cup of coffee. So thank you.
All right, I'm so thrilled. I'm drinking iced tea.
Mine. My cup is empty.
My favorite coffee mug has turned up missing, and I can't find it, and I'm very upset because
I didn't do it.
well, that I'm not so sure because you would like it. You know what it says on there? You know what it says?
What?
You know what it says? She who must be obeyed.
No, I didn't steal it.
I think we all should have that. We all need that coffee cup.
Well, I have one coffee cup. I'll show you off camera.
Does he got the F word?
I thought I didn't take a drink because I was about to
be. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Has to be on camera.
That would have been all over the screen.
No, I didn't know. It'll be on camera. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that on camera.
Okay.
Are we going to talk about anything substantial today, or are we just?
Well, you yesterday after we got off live said you wanted to discuss something. You had a topic for today.
Oh my God! And you didn't tell me to write it down because.
Well, let's talk about something positive. Let's talk about something that's really positive. Something that's really, really good.
Okay, I do have something I want to talk about. Okay.
Okay.
And it's about me for a minute, and then we'll make it about all of y'all. Okay. So yesterday, I was really kind of bummed out after we got offline and everything, and I have a very weird way of how I stay positive. I go very dark and live in that moment, and then I come up and become Pollyanna. Dark and Pollyanna. Those are my two modes of operation. And yesterday I was in a really dark place, and I was like, oh, you know, and I didn't want to come out of it. I was actually kind of enjoying it, kind of wallowing in it. And within 15 minutes of each other, I got 2 very uplifting messages from people that I barely know on Facebook. Well, one of them I don't know at all, and the other one I met years ago, and we had a professional relationship for a short period of time. But the one thing that the one person said is that, because I wished him a happy birthday on Facebook, and she said, you know what, I am happy, and it's because you changed my life. You were the turning point in my life, because you told me years ago that I should go and do this, and I did, and I've never looked back.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's not about patting me on the back, but the point I want to bring up is that it goes back to that butterfly starting the tsunami. You know, you don't know the impact of what you say and you do. And so I had no idea, because I don't even really recall that conversation. I barely do, you know. And so for that to be so important to her, the whole thing is that we have got to be very aware of how we impact people, and that it's not being profound or ultimately supportive. You know, for instance, delivering you a package of toilet paper. Who would have thought that would have been so impactful a year ago?
Oh God, major thing. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. If someone gave me a year ago a package of toilet paper for my birthday, I think I would have just thrown it at them, you know, seriously.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's a totally different scenario. That was awesome.
And the thing is that I know all of us, not just the 3 people here on this screen, but all of us have impacted people that we have no idea of what we've done. But if we started being more aware, more in tune to what we do, it's just like a smile in the grocery store. You don't know how that changes somebody's life just because you smile at them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know,
Not
we have
now.
got to own our power. That's owning our power.
Right. I
So that's
agree.
what I want to talk about.
Well, there's a lot of awesome things going on. I don't know if y'all saw the post that I had on my page yesterday about that small company in Waxahachie that is making, they look like astronaut helmets, you know, that for ventilator shortage. They won't have to, you know, incubate them, you know, or what is it, where they put the tube down in their throat. This goes right on their head, just like an astronaut's helmet. They're making them right here in Waxahachie, just, you know, a few minutes away from me.
Oh my gosh.
And
what a brilliant idea.
yeah, I mean, you know, Deborah, you saw it. I saw you liked it. Elizabeth, I don't know if you saw it, but
I
I
shared it.
didn't see it.
yeah, it's amazing that they're making these, and they've already tested them. They showed patients wearing them, and they're getting these out really fast. So a lot of small companies are coming together to take and change around what they do to support the community in some way.
Well, that is
What
awesome.
reminds me of is World War II. I don't think any of us were alive during World War II, but we've heard stories of how the factories would change over to make things for the wartime efforts and stuff. And I frankly was shocked at how quickly companies did this on their own without being ordered by the government, and how they were able to, like who would have thought that a whiskey company could start making hand sanitizer?
I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't either, but
Well,
it makes sense. Alcohol is alcohol. You know,
I didn't think of it as a byproduct at all.
So I find that uplifting. I find it encouraging. I want to give them all a hug, and I'm not a hugger.
That's impressive.
What?
That's impressive.
That I'm not a hugger?
No, that you would hug those people.
Oh, I think so. It's because that's a great effort on my part.
Yeah, it is. Well, let's see. I give you a 10.
I give you a finger.
I give you a 10. I give you a 10.
I know that's hard for people to believe, but there are some of us that have a hard time with physical contact.
Yeah, there are people. I don't force myself on people. I let them know I'm a hugger. If you want to give me a hug, I'll accept it. You know, that's fine. But I have a lot of clients that just, you know, don't. But then some of them say, oh, can I give you a hug? It's, well, yeah. You know, it depends. Yeah.
Well, I am a big hugger, so this is really hard for me. And, you know, growing up, neither one of my parents were huggers, and we didn't hear "I love you." when we were kids growing up. It wasn't until I was probably in my late 30s, early 40s that I heard my mother say, I love you. And it was just love you, not I love you. And Dad has been gone for 30 years. But ironically, out of all 5 of us kids, there's 5 of us, of course, 2 have passed away, 2 brothers of mine, but out of us 5 kids, every single one of us were huggers and I love you to our children and to other people around us, you know.
Yep.
So, you know, you don't always have to be the way you were raised. You can change that.
I learned to hug my children. I forced myself to become a hugger for my children. And so I can fake it really well, but it's not my first go-to action or thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my limitations on how many people, like I could never stand in a receiving line and hug everybody. Oh my God.
I could do that. I could
I
do that.
couldn't.
I would love to do that.
I
Well, I
couldn't.
wouldn't even be in the line, so.
You know,
I wouldn't be in the line. I'd be probably watching y'all somewhere, but I doubt I'd be in the line. No, I don't think so.
Well, I have a theory on why I'm not a hugger. You want to hear what the theory is?
Okay.
Okay. So I was tall for my age. Okay. And all the women in my family are short and they're all big boobed. And I think that they would hug us because I remember the women in my family being huggers and I think they suffocated me.
I knew she was going there.
How did we know that was going there?
It was.
Well, our family we were huggers. I mean, my grandmother, my mom, especially my mom, you know, we were all huggers. I'm just not so much anymore. I think I'm just out of respect of other people because I know there are people who are and there are those who aren't, but you know, someone comes charging at me like that. You know, like I'm gonna, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I think I must have changed somewhere. Something has changed here.
And part of that, Elizabeth, could be this, because I get this sometimes. If I have a client I'm either doing Reiki or reading for, and you're the same way, and so you too, Deborah, you have clients, you can feel that energy. Yeah. I can feel do not touch.
Right.
There have been people that I have done either Reiki with or done a reading for, and I want to hug them. And I always hug my clients. So if you remember when we were doing Psychic Night with Kim St. Andre down in McKinney, every time I had a reading, I always hugged my clients afterwards. But there would be once in a while one I just knew, and I would hear, no hugging. You would know that energy. So it's not just people you work with. You can be out in public and you can feel somebody's energy pushing you away from them because they don't want you. So I think that, and more today, especially with viruses going around, people are becoming germophobics. I'm one. When I go on a cruise or I go to a hotel, I take disinfectants like nobody's business, and I clean everything in that room on my first day there. But I'm still a hugger.
I wear flip-flops in the shower.
Well, I clean the
That's not a
bathtub
bad
really
idea.
well.
As long as you don't, you know, as long as that's a surface where you're not going to slip, that's different.
Yeah, but I clean that tub really well when I shower.
Yeah, I pick Lysol.
Yeah.
But you know, I wasn't like that until I started traveling a lot with my private investigation company and doing surveillance. And we would have to go to hole-in-the-wall cities and towns and have to stay in some horrific, I don't even know what they were. They weren't hotels. They weren't even motels. They were rat holes. And I developed a huge phobia, not really a phobia, but just a very huge awareness of germs. And my husband would always make fun of me because I just have carried on that process now, even though I don't do surveillance like that anymore. And I was just getting to the point where I wasn't so worried about germs and all this crap yet.
Well, that did it. That did it.
Oh yeah, I'm right back into my mode. Where's my Lysol? Where's my paper liners? You know.
Well, I still have, you know, I still have gloves. I still have masks. I still have disinfectant from, you know, taking care of my mom 2 years later. I still have it. So it's not. This is nothing new for me.
I used to take these silk. They're like sleeping bags, but they were very thin, made out of silk that you would put in the bed and sleep in that, so you didn't have to sleep on the sheets in the hotels.
Well, that worked.
That's the kind of stuff I used to do because I just got to be. And what I think now is that some of it was about the germs because some of these places were just filthy and you didn't have an option. You know,
Gee, I bet. Yeah, I don't even want to know.
But I think a lot of it also had to do with just the energy. just the energy of the place,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
And it was a physical barrier that I needed because I didn't really fully understand how to maneuver my own energy at
Right.
that point, you know?
Okay, so something positive. We need to talk about something positive. Well, at least it's not hot.
Well,
That's something positive.
Well, I really like being at home. You know, I work from home. I'm just I was really exhausted before this hit because of a lot of things going on with our family emotionally, all the work I was doing. And I said 2 weeks before all this hit, I wish I could stay home and not feel guilty and not work.
Well, you got your wish.
I know Scott goes, you are a hell of a manifester. You have got to
Absolutely.
be
So
careful.
now you need to manifest a cure and a release.
All right.
well, I wanted to post a April Fool's joke yesterday, but I really couldn't think of one that would be appropriate online. And my husband asked me if I did that because I'm a big prankster, April Fool's Day, and he reminded me of the one I did last year. My husband and I, we have gates because we have 3 dogs. We have gates that we put up at doorways. Our dogs are only allowed in this computer room, which is where we both have our desk, and they sleep at night. And then the living room and kitchen. And the rest of the house, there's entryways we put gates. They're not allowed back there. This is just their space. My husband would have a memory lapse, and he would forget to put the gate up that went to the bathroom, and he'd leave the bathroom door open, and the dogs would go in there and sometimes go potty on the floor. So I thought, I'm going to get him. So on April Fool's Day, I took a Tootsie Roll,
Oh my God.
shaped it really nicely, and stuck it in there on the floor in his bathroom.
Oh, wicked.
And so when I walked in the other door and I looked around the corner, I said, "Do you leaving the door open again?" He goes, "No." And I go, "Then how'd that get there?" And he looked down and he went, "Oh my." And then I'm not one that could keep a straight face very long, so I started laughing and I told him what I'd done, and he just cracked up laughing. But I get him every April Fool's. I get him every time. But I just didn't feel it was appropriate this time to do, so I didn't do anything. I thought about a couple of things, so I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do anything this time. So I did skip it, but I have a lot of fun playing jokes on him.
I don't think we could make anything up as tragic or as interesting or as bizarre as what's going on right now. I don't think we could make any of this up. I mean, this is like the ultimate in April Fool.
It really is. And the other thing is people have gotten so sensitive. I mean, you know, I'm very sarcastic, and I've gotten to where I feel like I can't really be myself all the time because people take offense to every little thing. You're like, you know, it's just a comment. It's just a joke. Well, it's not funny. Well, it was to me, damn it. You know? Why is it always about you? Why can't I have a little fun?
And writing, either like I have had in the past, where a text or an email came off totally different than what it was meant to be. And there could be some really offensive, you know, like you said, people getting really offended real easy and assuming what you mean in certain things. And so I stopped doing that. I stopped texting. I have a friend. We're still good friends. We talked over an hour this morning. Her and I had a conversation the other day, and it wasn't coming across right on text. So today when we got on the phone, I said, blah, 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 blah. She said, oh, you know. So yeah, even when we're talking verbally, sometimes we have miscommunication. We're assuming somebody means something other than what they mean. But it's really a lot more difficult when you're writing an email or you're texting back and forth. Communication is so important right now, and we need to understand that. But my husband, he took psychology when he was in college years ago. And when we were first married, he used to pull that crap on me, excuse my French, and, you know, trying to tell me what I meant by what I said. And, you know, and I was like, yeah, no. This is what's in my heart. This is my intentions. We've got to be open to listening and asking questions and saying, okay, this is the way I heard you, what I heard you say. Is that what you meant? Instead of going, oh, you said that. One of the things we got to stop going is, you said this, you said that, you've done this, you've done that, and saying, wait a minute, this is the way I feel you came across to me. So communication right now is so, so important. We got to stop pointing fingers and we got to start talking.
Okay.
I do a lot of couples
10,
coaching.
Gail, that's a 10.
Don't judge us. Elizabeth, quit judging us. What the hell?
I like it. I like it.
Well, I do a lot of couples coaching. Look
It's
at
like
you.
Joe upside down.
Oh my God. I can tell a lot by that just because, I analyze handwriting. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put this out there to you guys. If you will do a handwriting sample and email it to us at spiritualneighborhood@gmail.com, I just might analyze it and talk about it online. So if you want your analysis done, do 3 sentences or more on unlined paper. It doesn't matter what you write.
Free handwriting.
Yeah. And it doesn't.
Ghostwriting.
It can be print or cursive, whatever you do normally. I don't care what you write, but I will talk about it if you send it to me. So if you don't want it talked about, don't send it.
Awesome.
That's
And
the
then
rule.
they can write it out and then take a picture of it and then put it in an email.
Yeah, just email it as an attachment, okay?
Awesome.
And you're not going to get a complete profile, but I'll do a cute, real quick little thing like we do at get-togethers and team building and stuff.
Well, I think that'd be great.
But you know what I tell my couples when I'm doing couples coaching? I'm like, and they're having these nits going on, and well, you said this, and I took it as that. Well, that's not what I meant. What you're talking about, Gail. I just look and say, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Well, that's the truth, though.
It is.
It is. That's the truth.
And what I have found out is that if you're happy, you are right. So you get both.
Yeah.
So people need to get over themselves.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a big issue for people right now, especially when you're in isolation with the wrong choice.
Are you putting our families and marriages in question?
Yeah. Well, last night with our psychic night with Carrie Glasser and I, our show was strictly for April Fools, but it was strictly yes or no. Just ask a yes or no question.
I love that.
The majority of people didn't, but the basis of it is yes or no. And we finally got down to the point of the question really is, most people now are online dating. Well, I don't see anything wrong with it, but you do have to be very protective, very careful. You don't give out a whole bunch of info because just because that person puts that picture up doesn't mean that's how they look today.
Exactly right. Mhm.
And my point
I
is,
look a lot better than
I
that.
use all the time, that was taken in 2008. So, we're not always current with our pictures. So the basis of the questions were this. Let's put it into perspective. Think of it in these terms. Do you want to be stuck in quarantine or lockdown or at home or wherever for 4 months with that person? Is that really what you want to do? So that kind of changed a little bit of the energy, a little bit of the perspective, because then people were actually going, okay, I've got a question about, is this a yes or no? What about this? And we almost immediately got a reaction just that quick of, oh no, don't do that. Oh yeah, that's a good one. But that's the question. It's not, should I be dating this guy or should I not? The question is, do you want to be in that energy with that individual with the potential of staying there for 4 months, 5 months, 3 months?
I think that's a brilliant way of looking at it.
Yeah,
I do.
and it wasn't, we actually had that sent in to us last night. And it was like, that's exactly what we needed, because that really put it into perspective. And so the rest of the calls were basically, okay, is this a yes or a no? Is this a yes or a no? And it was like, that's really your decision, but what we're getting is this and this. It was really interesting.
Well, see, then that goes along the same lines of a thought that I used to carry out years ago. I used to do engagements with young women and young single mothers about how to protect themselves and their children. And I'm like, companies spend hundreds of dollars doing background checks on employment prospects, okay? Because they don't want to be exposed to the wrong person. They don't want the liability, and they're protecting their business. You have yourself and your children to protect. So why are you not doing your due diligence and doing background checks and looking into people that you're going to date and probably bring around your children? And I said, if you really want a true test a true character test of the person you want to bring into your children's lives, tell them you're going to do that, and then tell them they need to pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, their reaction to that, whether you go any further or not, tells me personally, as an investigator, as an intuitive, as just a woman, everything I need to know.
Well, that's important. I think well, obviously we've got plenty of time, and people are having to really think outside the box. And once this is over, this is that major question: will these people support your children?
Are they a threat to your children?
You know, will they be a threat? You have to go both ways. I'm working with a client right now, and her situation is she's got this endangerment of a child on her record because she trusted her ex.
Elizabeth,
What?
sorry. Ann Ransom says hello, but she's saying she can barely hear you.
Me?
Yeah.
Find it. Okay.
And
Well, that's about as close as I can get right now. I'll have to work on that.
maybe, I don't know if she can turn her volume up there on her place.
Yeah,
Not you,
she
but
can hear us. She should be able to hear Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So
okay, we're trying, Ann. Just
we're
wanted
doing
to
the best we can.
barely hear you. Ann Ransom.
Okay, Ann. 10.
Oh my gosh. What happens if you give us a 1?
I don't have one.
She made one card with 10 on it. That's it.
Can you not figure that out? I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, I trusted you. You took advantage of my simplicity.
Okay, that's a
And
10.
yes, we're doing great.
That's a
Thank
10,
you,
okay? Well, that's all I mean, it was a 10. I thought that was the best, the highest. I guess I could have made it a 1. No, I made it a 10. It's a 10. That's a good one.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm sorry to
Why
interrupt
we're
you.
having difficulties with all the technology today. So it may just be the energy today.
I'm blaming it on Pluto.
But she said she can hear. She said she can hear Deborah and I really, really good, just not Elizabeth. But she said we're doing great. So thank you, Ann. We appreciate
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate it. Yeah,
Thanks, Ann.
I'll have to do something on the I don't know. I'll do something.
Oh, okay. That was a threat.
I know. That's scary. I'll do
One
something.
thing I will say is that on Facebook, when I go back and watch our video, it's not as clear or as loud as if you go to YouTube and watch this. The video's louder and it's clearer, and the video itself, you can see us even better.
Well, it's 2 different videos. Okay.
Yeah,
This is direct recording when it's on YouTube because it's coming out of Zoom. And this is me with cameras and tripods set up in my office, videotaping my computer screen.
So if you go back and watch it later on YouTube, it's going to be clearer for them.
Yeah, if you people would get your
Sounds
stuff
really,
together,
really
we would
well.
just invite you to join us on Zoom, and we wouldn't have to do all these shenanigans.
Well,
Right together.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth, if you can remember after that where you were in the conversation, we can wrap it up because we're like already at 12:44.
I think I'm done. Oh, John Capello, Friday, tomorrow.
Friday. And we already have 2 more guest speakers coming on next week and the week after that. So our schedules are starting to fill up. If you want to be a part of this fiasco, this chaos, this drama.
Well, we eventually are going to have Cheryl Andre from the Dallas Psychic Fair on, and she's going to have her fair online this Sunday. So you can go to her page, and I'll post a link there as well. I think I did share it on our page yesterday, didn't I? If not, I will, because we want to reciprocate with Cheryl because she's going to come on and support us as well.
And next Wednesday, we're going to have Catherine Krieger of Mystic Catherine and Associates. They were an intuitive entertainment company, and she's going to talk about how she took her natural gift and turned it into a way to be entertaining and fun and make a lot of money doing it. So,
Awesome.
you know,
That
that's
would be
going to help us start
very
thinking
helpful.
outside of the box.
Yeah. I like the idea of having people talk about how they're doing their business and how they made that a success. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then actually they can go on the Dallas Psychic Fair website, and I'm not sure if the scheduling time is up or not. You can schedule ahead of time, but I would assume they're going to have the vendors as well, and they'll be, I'm sure, you know, if you purchase something, they'll just ship it to you. I have a friend that is interested in black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is going to be an amazing stone to have right now for protection.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot of them. Black obsidian is another one. So
Yep.
I hope everybody supports the Dallas Psychic Fair, and John Capello and Catherine. What's her last name? I'm sorry. Deborah Krieger. Krieger.
Not Kruger, Krieger.
Krieger.
We'll post some links on the website of and support them.
So also, this leads us up to something that we're building to. We're not quite there yet, even though we have a pretty good following. We're going to start doing a holistic directory eventually. And I am going to start getting stories from all of you guys to put in a book about the holistic healers in our area that will get published and be for sale on Amazon. And there'll be something that you can tell your story in, promote yourself, advertise yourself. It's free. There's not going to be any charge for any of this because I'm an idiot. But I've done this with, it's kind of like the chicken soup series concept.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where I got my start writing. I've also participated in another group of series called The Girl Behind the Fence, dealing with different emotions and stuff. I've been in 3 of their books in their series. So I'd like to do more than one book. I'd like this to be a series of books. And remember, guys, we're defining holistic as anything that makes someone's life better. If you make them laugh, if you help heal them spiritually, mentally, physically, if you create something that makes their soul sing, art, jewelry, anything like that, you are a holistic healer. Own that, embrace it, and share it. And we want to promote you. We love you. You know, we love what you do. Even if we don't know you, we love you. I probably love you more if I don't know you.
So, Deborah, your husband, Scott, says, Snoop. And then he says, I wonder if we can get Alex Jones on. And then Cataline, is that your daughter, Rose?
Caitlin.
Looks like an eye. Oh my gosh, that would be great. So many views. I guess she's, Alex is great, she said.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Well, I think we need to make this one stipulation that you must go and like our YouTube channel.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
You
have to think that you watch us once in a while, because if we're going to support you, you got to at least make us feel like we're loved and supported too.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think
you got to give to get, people. You got to give to get, and
eventually it's free. I mean,
yeah,
it's free.
And we're going to start doing virtual happy hours and things like that for the people that are busy during the day. What the hell you're doing, I don't know. But anyway, just in case you're busy during the day. And then once we get out of this mess, and we will, and you'll all be glad, we're going to start doing, face-to-face meetings and break bread and drink wine and have a good time together. And maybe I'll wear our hats in public.
So, and
I'm gonna be the ones I've been wearing, that's for sure.
I'm gonna buy you a hat.
Ann Ranson wants to know if you're going to put on the Spiritual Neighborhood page, the YouTube channel for her.
Yeah, I posted it there. I'll keep posting it and sharing that with people. And guys, if you have any ideas, we want to hear it. I think I'm brilliant. I know Elizabeth's brilliant and Gail's brilliant, but we're just 3 little specks of brilliancy. You have brilliancy too, and we want to hear from you and share that, and steal your ideas or whatever, so.
Well, I would like to do some research. I mean, I'd like something a question that's gonna, let me look that up. Okay, this is what we got. This is the information that we're coming up with. But I do want to mention again, if at all possible, do not go to the grocery store until after the 3rd. The 1st through the 3rd are the critical times for women, infants, children, WIC, and the other is, SNAP?
Yes.
So just be aware of those two important organizations that are actually helping women and children. Please just be considerate. Just be considerate.
And if you're under 60, keep your ass out of the stores during the elder hours.
Oh, I do have a news flash over here on my side of town in Plano East. There is a Walgreens at, that would be Jupiter at Park, and they open up their stores from, I think it's 8 to 9 now. It is strictly for seniors on Tuesday, every Tuesday until this is over. So I got that information directly from the manager. So that's important for anyone who lives over on this side, especially elderly. There's got to be a different word. I am really sick to death of being called an elder. I really.
How about wise ass woman? How about wise ass woman?
That they have of these women with canes and they're all hunched over. It's like, God Almighty. That I do not appreciate that at all. I'm telling you right now.
I'm 62, and unless I look in the mirror, I don't feel it.
Well, I've got 2 words for you if you're fans of Tank Girl. Wash your hands.
Okay, I'm out of the loop. I missed that one.
It's a pun out of Tank Girl. She says, I got 2 words for you. Brush your teeth. It's
okay.
It's one of mine and Scott's favorite
That's
little
a 10.
movies.
That would be a 10. Wash your hands. That's a 10.
Yep.
I'm gonna have more. I've got to have more numbers. I can tell.
Okay, I'm a perfectionist, so I want 100. You need a 100 card. I'm used to making straight A's.
Okay.
I need 100.
Okay.
Let's just do A minus, B minus, or B plus, or A plus. Maybe that'll
Okay,
work.
now it's 100. Do you see?
Oh my God, that looks like crap. I want a nice card. Do better. If I'm giving 100%, I want better.
Okay, well, the creative juices have stopped flowing. I have to work on that.
See, this is what all you young women have to look forward to when you get older. You just don't give a crap what other people think. You can say and do whatever you want to and just have a blast. Do this sooner than later. You'll enjoy your life better.
And don't text.
Exactly.
Talk to people face to face not face to face, but with the apps that you got right now. Do more interaction this way. Just texting is not going to cut it. You need to have the interaction.
Zoom, FaceTime.
All people talk. You know what? I challenge every one of you to mail a card. Write a card and mail it. You can go and just drop it off in the mail slot. You don't even have to get out of your car. You don't have to touch anything.
Who are you mailing it to?
Mail it to you. Mail it to yourself. Mail it to your friends. Mail it to your mom. Let your mom get a card.
I love you.
I mail cards to everybody. I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I do have, on this online dating crap, I have another thing to say. Just say no to dick pictures.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Seriously, what the hell is that about? Seriously, no one needs to see that crap.
Okay, I think we're done now.
Just say no.
Just no.
We got a lot of catfishing out there too, so be careful.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why would you disparage catfish like that?
Is catfishing?
Huh?
Is that the new term, catfishing?
Yes.
Yeah. And why would you disparage catfish like that? I love catfish.
Well,
I don't know why they.
I did not realize
that's
that.
something to Google.
It's catfishing.
There's a lot of terms out there. This is how you date yourself if you don't stay on top of the new lingo.
I think it just sounds better than fishing. You know, when you go and somebody throws the bait and you bite, but if you just say fishing, it's not as interesting as catfishing. But it's about somebody throwing the bait and about you biting and, you know, getting reeled in and hooked.
I think I'd prefer sharking.
Well, that would be better. Sharking would be better.
Well, catfish,
You're out there
they break the
sharking.
bottom of the barrel. So,
But you know the gentleman that
Of course, catfish. They're what is it? They're
they're scum eaters.
eating the dirty stuff at the bottom.
Yeah.
nasty.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we just
Catfishing. Okay, that's my
we
new
just
word.
exhausted ourselves.
I've
We've
learned
exhausted.
something new today. Catfishing. Do not go catfishing online.
I think we're adorable. You're adorable, and I'm adorable.
Back at you.
I get another 10. Yay! You know what? Okay, that's smart, Elizabeth. You know why she did that? She knows me so well. Instead of me now trying to bug her to embarrass her, now I'm aiming for these hundreds. So now I'm not picking at her
You're
anymore.
catfishing.
Okay, all right. I got your number now, literally.
Yeah, that's what we do.
All right, shut us off. I'm going to turn these things off.
Okay,
You
bye
guys, thanks for
everybody.
joining us. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye y'all.
Bye-bye.